Clifton R Bradley of the Underground Railroad Television Show, and my partner, David Cost. And he's my partner in crime for the government that's looking. We don't cause no crimes, no. We just a fun thing. How you doing, brother?
Real good, Clifton, real good. We're waiting on rain out here. Supposed to get 2 days of it in LA, but nothing yet. Nothing yet.
Now, he's from, you know what? Now, I'm coming to you from the United States of America, Chicago, Illinois, but he's in sunny California, even though he says it's raining.
Yep, it's supposed to rain here for 2 days, but
I
don't know.
And you're looking at the background. You was looking at the background of Chicago. So, brother, tell us, man. Tell us about you and how to get to your YouTube website and all that, brother.
Oh, I'm everywhere nowadays, Clifton. You know that. I'm on the YouTube at David Koss, Kaas, and invite all your listeners to stop by my page there and check me out. I got some good information for you there.
But, all my listeners, all our listeners.
Oh yeah. More than we can talk about here today, but we were going to just discuss some of the subjects that are pressing at the moment. Mm-hmm. At the moment, we got that silent invasion, that group coming up from across the Mexican soil, but they're from like 150 different countries, I hear. Europe, Asia, Africa. They all coming over to, come up through Mexico through that southern border that's open. But I heard that Title 42 was staying in place. They decided to keep that in force, and that's keeping back the whole mob of them. We've only got about 3 million people in this country from illegal immigrants at the moment.
What is that? You know what? When you say Title 43, there's some people that have no idea what you are talking about.
Well, Title 42 was put in place by Donald Trump, and it was the Remain in Mexico policy. So if you wanted to get in this country, it was a policy that said, okay, but you had to stay in Mexico until we could process you through. Now, all these illegal immigrants are just coming across on their own, and technically they could be sent back to Mexico and dropped off because they aren't legal in this country, but they've been coming over on their own,
I mean, but let me, you know what, for people that are listening, you know what? I mean, in a sense, David, wouldn't you say, do you care that they are fleeing from countries with cartels running, MS-13 or MS-12, whatever his gangs are written by the country? Do you care? Do you really, really care? Well, shouldn't we try to help them? Are you saying they should be following the law? We want to help them, but you follow. What are you saying?
I'm saying that every man, woman, and child in this country who's a citizen of the United States is under the threat of getting thrown in jail, in prison at any time for doing something wrong. Now, you're telling me that you're going to let third world country people come right in here that don't even know the law, never seen the law, and been living by their own personal, grab this, grab that. You're going to let 3 million of them come in this country and be dispersed all over, and they're not going to make any difference in law enforcement? I don't think so. They got 10 million more. We got 10 million more coming.
The poor people. I mean, they're living in countries where the drug lords like Pablo Escobar I forgot what country he was. They're people they control. So you're saying is that they need to work out their own problems. Is that what you're saying, man? Like
what I'm saying is everybody's got to work on their own problems right at the moment, because we got a lot of problems ourselves here. We got a lot of fentanyl coming in the border right now. I seen on the Fox News the other day, all stacked up, piled up, enough fentanyl to kill every man and woman in the country. Well, it takes one.
God dog it. You keep on saying fentanyl. I don't even know what fentanyl is. What is fentanyl? What is it? I don't.
It's an opioid that they make, and it can kill you. It's the potency of it. So potent, it'll kill you. But besides that, the child trafficking and what's going on at the border, how they're bringing the children over and just giving them to whoever will pick them up and take them. We don't know who these people are. So this is really bad. All bad, 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 all the way around. But that's one of the problems we got nowadays. But
you know what I heard a guy in California complaining. He was really complaining, David. What he was saying is, why should my tax dollars that's allocated for people that are here illegally be given to people that don't even belong here? He said, this is my tax money. You know,
well,
I mean, is it legitimate? Is it legitimate to complain about something? Can you complain because you pay taxes?
No. Well, the problems we've been experiencing for 40 years here, even longer than that, have been because we have people appointed to offices, appointed, not elected, like we think we're doing by going in and turning in a voting ballot every 4 years or for a representative for your state, your city. But we've been schnookered, so to speak. We've been hoodwinked.
You're using Malcolm's words. Okay.
We've been thinking that these machines give an honest count, and they don't. They give a dishonest count. So we know the Diebold machines were doing this, and now the Dominion machines did that with Joe Biden. Sleepy Joe didn't get elected, just like Obama. He never got elected, and Bill Clinton.
Oh, wait a minute.
Two terms.
Go ahead. I'm going to let you go ahead.
It was all done by machine count. So it was whoever the machine said won. And that's how they got into office. So
what you're saying is, you're saying that former President Donald Trump, you're really saying he won that election. He won it. Is that what you're saying? I mean, that's what he's claimed all the time. Is that what you're saying?
No, Hillary Clinton won the election that night. Everybody was congratulating her on TV, and the electoral college count of the ballots were such that Donald Trump won. But the generals altered the ballot count at the electoral college. That's how he won. Nobody knows who's won an election in 50 years here, because the machines have decided who was selected, not elected. And that's part of the problem we got still. All these news commentators, even Tom Fenton, and with Judicial Watch, they're talking all around this subject, but they're not talking about it. That's the problem. We have to start getting a manual ballot count, and then we'll know who won the elections. But until we do, you can't tell.
Wait a minute, but now, you know what? There are people that are listening. What do you think for the people that are listening? Did Donald Trump win that election, or did he lose that election? Should he show us tax returns? That's already been determined already. I mean, what do the people think out there? Put something in the chat room, and the telephone number is, see, I got old, David. I got to look. 1-312-884-9757. I got to look at it. We've been doing this show for so long, I shouldn't have to look no more, David.
Tell me what you think, people. Tell me what you think. Well, the January 6th committee that just Wednesday withdrew their subpoena to Donald Trump. So he's in the clear now about the
wait a minute. That slipped
Capitol takeover. Mm-hmm. All done now. It's all done.
That slipped past me. I didn't see that in the news.
That just came out. I just read that, I think today. But also, Maricopa County in Arizona a judge has nullified the election results. So they got to redo that. All their illegal balloting and late voting and whatnot, no good. So Katie Hobbs, who was the incumbent, against Carrie Lake, who's the new kid on the block, they got to have a re-election counting and determine who is going to be their congressional and senatorial representative and governor. But that's news I just heard today. But there's other stuff going on, and
You know what? I just can't get. You know what? I think that they should. I don't. I think that originally, when former President Donald Trump ran for office, he should have been ordered to show his tax returns. But his tax returns are being shown. I think they're gonna. What did the courts decide? The courts decided his tax returns are going to be. I mean, he complained about Obama, talking about Obama wasn't from the United States of America. Okay, why didn't you show your taxes then? I mean, you felt that way. You believe in full disclosure. Why didn't he show his taxes? And you know what? He didn't even apologize to Obama once they found out he was a citizen. What did you think about that, man? What did you think about that?
I don't really have any feelings one way or the other, because I don't know if anybody's guilty here. First of all, you have to have a reasonable guilt before you even accuse somebody of it in the court of law or anything. So it's just all slamming back and forth. Somebody says this about somebody else says this about somebody.
Well, but you know what, David? We on two opposite sides. That's good. I think that's good. Okay, so you really believe that, according to the news report you got, you say former President Donald Trump, he will not have to appear before a subcommittee of the Congress. And if you're saying that the investigation, that's over with.
Yes, that's closed.
That's what they decided.
That's what the news was today, is that it's done, over with, and they withdrew their subpoenas. So Donald Trump doesn't have to testify. But you know what we need, Clifton, in this country? We need to reenact the old death penalty for treason. I'm not saying we're going to kill off normal people for just doing wrong stuff. I'm saying for treasonous behavior by elected officials, the death penalty should be put in place and maintained, because otherwise you got people like Nancy Pelosi and Maxine Waters and Hillary Clinton and a whole gangload of attorneys. They're doing whatever they please and saying whatever they want and causing riots and all kinds of destruction all over the country the last 2 years. So, these people should not be allowed to continue on the course they're going, because I don't know what else is going to happen here. Bad, but more bad stuff, I'm sure.
But you know what? When you talk about Nancy Pelosi and Hillary, crooked Hillary, as some call her, I don't think. Well, I'm gonna go back to the emails. I don't think that she totally.
Well, Sleepy Joe.
I don't think that she totally. You think that was treason that she did? But the thing is murder. But see, the thing is, there's something called the court of law. Okay, he's saying this because I guess you're saying this because in other countries they take care of problems like this. But one thing about living in America, I'm happy to say I served in the Navy. Okay, that we fight for the rights of people to go to court to fight litigation before we come to a decision. But I don't think that you're saying there shouldn't be litigation. There should be investigation. But I think treason is only. There may be an expert out there. If there's an expert out there, please put something in the chat room. I think treason is worthy of death in the United States, but that's only during wartime.
No. It's always been. It's always been, a governmental type of a regulating valve to keep individuals from getting too much power and trying to take over. And they do it by treasonous acts. Sometimes they don't do it individually. Sometimes they do it in groups. Like, a group of people could be involved in treason.
When you're talking about going back to things, that's like drug dealing, man. Drug dealing. I don't propose killing, but killing a drug dealer. But in other countries, they eliminate drug dealers by snuffing them out. But I'm not a proponent of that. And if I was a proponent of it, I really couldn't say it on YouTube because you get strike. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no problem. But but deaf, I can see how they do it in other countries. I know it's an oxymoron, but I wouldn't want to do it here. You say I'm trying to straddle the fence, brother.
Oh yeah, these are by elected people who are convicted of treasonous behavior.
Okay.
You know, you got to get convicted of it first. But you know, if you see somebody doing something wrong, and you got whistleblowers that come forth and rat out their bosses at the FBI, and you got congressmen asking directors and of the FBI questions, and they're not answering them. They're giving a bogus type of response. Those types of people need to be executed in order to preserve our country and to keep everything running the right way. You know,
in times of war. In times of war.
Are we in a social war right now, Clifton?
We're in a social war, but I'm talking about in terms of a global conflict.
No.
You know something? What I'm saying is, see, I'm threading the water with YouTube, and I don't want to really say that because you know what? There's a possibility we might not be on next week. So
I'm
trying to like thread the water. I mean, I would say in a time of war against domestic and abroad nations. When somebody else turns over information to somebody that the United States is fighting, now in conflict with, believe that that is worthy of death because you've turned on your own country.
Right. Well, you remember just like a year or two ago, the FBI was investigating parents of children that were coming to the schools to complain about the way their children were being taught the different subjects and being conditioned by the teachers.
Are you talking about critical race theory? Is that
that too. But the FBI was alerted and even took some parents and threatened them and whatnot. So this question was going on today. I was watching it on my computer right before we got on here, and they were questioning, the head of the bureau for this type of whatnot. And once again, they're giving answers out the sides of their mouths, and it's just like they're not serving. They have nothing to be afraid of, and so they're lying through their teeth. They're all lying through their teeth. So I'm just saying, the way you get people to stop lying is you start enforcing some just penalties, or and one of them would be the death penalty for public service.
In times of war.
Public office.
In times of war.
No, I'm saying in times of peace. Times of peace, because peace, you don't want no war. You don't want no war.
No.
Why do you want to go to war?
I'm saying in times of war. See, let me say something to somebody. There's certain things that I'm not going to say on YouTube. I'm not going to advocate violence. I'm not going to advocate going out to kill somebody.
No.
I'm not going to advocate that, because you know
I
what?
don't either.
And you know something? I got to say something about YouTube. YouTube is one of the greatest platforms. And you know what? I sit back and read about their bylaws. Like, I will not say anything about certain people of certain genders, the way that they want to live their lives or something like that. Because you know what? An old friend told me? YouTube is a powerful platform, and they have the right. They have the right to govern their platform the way they want to. So therefore, some things that I really may think, I'm not going to say, because it's like me coming to California. See my partner over there? It's like me coming into California and coming into his house. I'm not going to come into his house telling him, no, man, the children used to be over here.
Well,
because you know what? That I can't do because I'm out of place. So,
Clifton, how do you feel about the women having handguns in their purses.
I think that you know what, if a woman has followed the protocol of law, she's
No,
followed
no,
the
no, 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 no,
she's
no
followed the
laws,
protocol of law.
no
You know,
laws,
if
no
she's able to,
laws. In
huh?
Florida, you can get your own handgun, put it in your bag, and protect yourself, and it's all you. You don't have to get any permit or do anything in Florida, and
I didn't know.
other states are following suit because the problem at the moment is women are being held up, accosted, raped, and even worse, murdered. So
Yeah.
women want to get an equalizer, and they're all getting themselves a little handgun in their purse, and I think it's a good idea.
I know that it's a good idea. You know what? In Chicago, I got a friend. She's associate. You know, I'm gonna say her name, Lacinia. You know what? Lacinia. You know what happened? She was going somewhere, and I was gonna walk her to the door. She said, "Don't worry about it." She said, "My little friend will take care of it." It's good. She was talking about, and the thing is, I ain't say her name. May be Lacinia, it may be Desiree, it may be Zafira, Alicia, and you know, I'm not gonna say the name, but the thing I did. But the thing is, I believe that a woman has the right to protect herself.
That's
And
right.
you know what? And the thing is, if she is a law-abiding citizen and she's following the protocol, I believe that she can. But I don't believe that somebody should be able to walk to a gun show without ID and get a gun. I don't believe that. What about you?
I think any state, any city, any precinct can make their own laws, and there's always going to be some reason why or why not. So it's I'm fine with the Florida law where you can just go in and purchase a gun and get it loaded and take it home with you. Use it if you have to on the way home. It sounds good to me. For those that need that, they should go and get that. But for somebody like myself that's raised on a farm, had guns around them, and used to go hunting, I don't really think I need to go and take any qualifying classes or anything on how to use a gun.
Do y'all agree with people that's listening out there? Man, I see it's a lot of people listening on these different websites, but they just haven't called in, put anything in the chat room. But do y'all agree with David? Agree with me or disagree with me? Let me know. But the thing is, what you're saying is, how could somebody walk into a gun show and be mentally unstable, okay, and be able to get a gun? You're saying that it's okay. So how is it okay if somebody is mentally unstable and
Well,
there's no background checks?
well,
How?
you were in the military, right?
Yeah.
When you got discharged, were any of your fellow military personnel, were any of them a little unstable?
Yeah, I would say yes to that.
Yeah,
I,
I would guess yes to that too.
yeah, I would say yes. So what you're saying is the NRA. The NRA is the National. What's the
Rifle,
NRA? Huh?
National Rifle Association.
You're saying is that you ought to be able to walk to a gun show, whether you mentally unstable or not, and get a gun.
No,
Oh, I mean, because
if you're not mentally stable, Clifton, then you need to go and get it yourself worked on in a hospital or a facility or something.
but you just said that anybody ought to be able to get a gun, though. Anybody.
Well, when I say anybody, I mean any responsible, thinking, caring individual of age that's hopefully voting and holding a steady job as well. Those type of individuals are entitled to the same protection that we've always had in this country for over 200 years. You've been able to defend yourself if necessary. When
Well,
you
yeah,
were
but you know what? By saying that the NRA, the National Rifle Association,
yeah,
it is, to me, it is dead wrong. Why would a man or a woman need a semi-automatic gun, something that can shoot 25 rounds in 4 seconds? Why?
well,
How
I
would you
understand.
do that?
I understand why you think that way. You're raised in the city, you're in the military, and now you're back in the city again. But
Okay.
myself, coming from a farm, two different farms in Iowa,
Uh-huh.
I've been out at night, walking around looking for whatever, and I've had like 5 wild dogs come up on me. Now, they didn't want to take my money, and they certainly weren't after my gun, but they wanted something to eat, and they would have taken a piece of meat off of me if I would have let them. So that's the only time that I would be able to defend myself is if I had a rapid fire automatic weapon like a gun, at least a 22 or something to fire. But these you could be met with these situations all over. You could be accosted by 5 people coming out of a car with guns in their hands right at the stoplight tonight, Clifton. What are you going to do? You're going to
What
you
you
can
gonna
only
do when
fire
a
one
Hulkster?
bullet at a time, so you're not going to be able to save yourself.
You see what you gonna do when a Hulkster comes after you? Look, you know what? I was at like a Christmas thing with my cousin's son. He said the same thing. He said if I haven't broken the law, I'm entitled to buy whatever I want to.
That's right.
I don't.
Exactly right.
I just, you know what? But you know what? He's a strong former president, former President Donald Trump advocate, strong for it. He don't bite his tongue when it comes to it. You know what? But the thing is, I think in the city, you just have people walking around with machine guns in Chicago. Come on, man. Somebody gets killed in Chicago every single weekend, every day. There's not a day that I want. To me, it's promoting. It's promoting violence. But you're saying if you're a law-abiding citizen, you follow the law, you have the right.
Yeah, I would think you would.
You know what? I always want to ask. I want to ask you something, man. Gun advocates, they look at it as if you make one stipulation, you'd be ready to make another stipulation, and we'd be like England. I think England, the police don't even walk around with a gun. Is that true? The bobbies, they walk around. They don't even walk around with a gun.
Well, we've evolved to this point in time where we have to, keep our weapons, whatever weapon it is that you want to use, whether it be a throwing knife or a baton or a slingshot or a gun. It just depends on the how you're going to be using it. Are you going to be using it to defend the good people, or are you going to be using it to steal from everyone and do wrong? It's kind of like karma. You can get good karma or bad karma, but it's up to you as the individual. There's no rules or regulations.
Break it up.
Or no thing what they're going to get for doing it wrong.
Yeah, but you know what? What do you do when somebody has a semi-automatic weapon? He kills somebody and he kills an innocent person because all these bullets are coming out his. They get prosecuted.
Put them to death.
Let them walk. Huh?
No, that's what the death penalty's for.
No.
That is what the death penalty is for. Is for individuals.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is if an individual, that can legally carry a semi-automatic gun, and they kill somebody by mistake because they sprayed so many bullets, do they get prosecuted, or do they just get a slap on the hand because they killed somebody?
Everyone gets prosecuted. Everyone pays the price. Everyone is equal before the law. So if you're going to shoot your gun off, you better be dang sure that you're not going to hit anything that you don't want to hit, because if you do, you're going to be prosecuted and put to death. You don't carry around a firearm in a public place without being responsible. Responsibility is what we haven't talked about yet.
So you believe? So basically, what you're saying is in the Bible that you read, It says an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. That's what your Bible. That's what your Bible says, right? An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, right?
Yeah, I've read that.
Okay. So I understand, man. Man, you
That,
want to talk? You
that
know
was
what?
part, that,
Uh
that was part of the 613 Mosaic laws.
huh.
Because when Moses supposedly came down from Mount Horeb and gave him the 10 Commandments, the 10 things that God wanted them to do, then they started arguing amongst themselves and go, well, what about this little stuff? You got to give me this, or I'm going to give you that, or she wants this, or she wants that. So then Moses gave him 613 of his own personal rules,
Mm-hmm.
and one of those rules was eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. That means no fighting out there amongst you guys and girls anymore.
So you know what? So this is for those that have a Bible. That's in the Bible. You know what? I don't know what chapter, I don't know what verse, but I know it does say. Man, you know what, man? We was y'all don't know. Me and David, we talk all the time. Just say something. He's in California. I'm in Chicago, man. Where's your YouTube platform? And how do people have you on this show? You're gonna be on the show pretty soon. Whose show you gonna be on?
Oh man, my time is taken up right now, Clifton. I've got so much going on. In fact, this Monday night, January 2nd,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be on The Last Frequency with Michael Vera from 9 p.m. until 12 Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
That's it'll be Sync Coast to Coast Radio, talk radio, and I'm going to be on there with my announcement for my independent presidential campaign. So all you viewers out there, tune that in Monday night, 9 till 12 Eastern Standard Time. I'll be on and with Michael
Central
Vera.
is Central is 7 o'clock, right? Central time. But
Yeah.
we're 2 hours back.
Well, I think Central is 1 hour back, and Mountain is 2 hours back,
Okay.
and Pacific is 3 hours.
And you know something, y'all, congratulations on running for office. But you know what? Once David sends me that information, what I'll do is I will put that in the links once he sends it to me by email. I'll put the link to the platform that he will be on. What's the name of the show again?
The Last Frequency. It used to be Late Night in the Midlands for the last 15 years, but he just re-signed a contract with some new people, and he's changed the name to lastfrequency.com. But he still does a whole variety of guests appear on his show, and I'm one of them. I started out 15 years ago with him. So Monday night, tune us in, and we're going to be covering some news that I just put together, Clifton, that concerns John F. Kennedy and his brother Bobby.
Okay.
And, there's been a lot of speculation over the years about why John F. Kennedy was assassinated or killed in Texas, and then why his brother died out here at the Ambassador Hotel giving a talk.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of speculation about Marilyn Monroe and the mob and the Cuban Missile Crisis, but the real reason why both John F. Kennedy and his brother Bobby were assassinated by our CIA was to keep them quiet about an announcement that they were both going to make, and that was concerning the gray greens, those two types of beings from Zeta Reticulum that were at the deep underground military base near Dulce, New Mexico. They had been informed of this, and they knew full well what was going on, and they were going to tell the voters. But the powers that be and our CIA decided they needed to be silenced, so they both were assassinated individually. But the way I got to thinking about this was the man Phil Schneider, who worked for our government in 1969, he had a run-in with these Greens out in the desert, blowing holes in the ground for these underground military bases, and they shot his arm off and a leg off. and he did for a couple of years. He did videos telling about what happened to him, and they finally killed him off by a piano wire strangulation in San Francisco. So
Well,
that's another guy that was going to, tell what was really going on, and he got snuffed for it.
no, wait a minute. Well, but you know something? I want to tell people, the listening audience out there, there are millions. There are millions of people that believe that there are grays and blues, that aliens are living on this planet and under the earth. There are millions of people that believe this. So I'm not a expert on it, but I gotta tell people, okay, I believe in aliens. I believe that there are too many planets outside of our solar system. Too many planets outside of our solar system for it not to be life. And it may not be life as we know it, but it's life. I believe that. But there's millions of people, but conspiracy, you say it's a conspiracy theory. But what happened in Roswell? There was a crash in Roswell that it was a saucer that crashed. And what happened is, I think the radio announced it and they covered it up, didn't they? But he's an expert on that.
Well, that's a whole other bag of worms there, Clifton, the Roswell incident. But yeah, they got one living alien, and he did a telepathic connection with a woman. It's all recorded on the YouTube. But this John F. Kennedy, Bobby Kennedy assassination was a little bit bigger than any one type of incident that we've been questioning or puzzled about for a long time, since this was right in front of the entire crowd and everybody got to see it. So, but I've always wondered in my own mind, because I was young, I was in like maybe third grade at the time, fourth grade, but I always wondered exactly why they would kill that man off, and his brother. But that's why.
I have an opinion, but go ahead. Mm-hmm.
No, I don't.
No, go ahead.
You go ahead. You got an opinion?
Go ahead.
Give me your opinion.
Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Well, that's about all I had to say about that. But everybody tune in Monday night to thelastfrequency.com, and we're going to be getting into that story a little bit more heavy on that program with Michael Vera. So, but just wanted to say that I wanted to see how the snowstorms were in Chicago. And hearing, a lot of people got frozen to death out in their cars the other night.
No, not in Chicago, but in Buffalo. What's that? Buffalo and New York. Buffalo and New York. I forgot how many feet they say they got, but
I heard hundreds. I heard hundreds of people got frozen to death in their cars.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? It's now some people don't believe it's global warming. I believe that it's a combination of global warming, that the Earth's atmosphere is changing, and HAARP. What is HAARP? HAARP is this is a fact in Alaska. HAARP is a weather controlling device that is used to send waves up into the ionosphere, up into the sky, to change the structure of what's going on. And they experiment and they do all type of good. I believe it's a combination of that's what happened in Buffalo. You see these freak storms that are happening more frequently and more hurricanes. What do you think, Dave? That's what I believe. Well, I want to get back to Kennedy when you finish. Okay.
Well, we've had fires raging across this country for a few years now. Forest fires. We've had floods. We've had hurricanes and tornadoes. And out here in California, we got some really, really bad earthquakes that dropped the freeway, the 10 freeway, our main freeway through Los Angeles got dropped in 93. So, all these events, along with the rivers turning red and the Tigris Euphrates River drying up now, completely dry.
You said turn around. You're talking about you could see the clay. Yeah, it did. You know what? I saw that on the news that the river dried up.
Oh, yeah. Mississippi's drying up, too. So, a lot of this is due to the lack of snowfall during the winter up north because that's what melts off and runs down in the rivers during the summertime. So if you're going to have melt off to run down, you're going to have dry riverbed. And the produce and the commerce that has been on the Mississippi River for 200 years has really bred the mobility of all those products, both ways. So without the Mississippi River, you're up a real creek there, so to speak. But I'm waiting to see about the train strike, how much that's going to cost us all, because we all need the trains to be running, and that's something that I don't know if Joe Biden even cares about either. But
I mean, the train strike was averted. That was averted. That was taken care of.
Averted means they put it on hold until after Christmas. That's what averted means. They got to go back to the table and talk to those people, because those people want a raise, they want sick pay, they want time off, and if they don't get it, they're going on strike. They're going on strike. That's what
we got a caller. What's up, Assalamu alaikum, Minister Ben? All right, brother, by the grace of God, brother, how you doing, brother? So, yeah, I'm doing this show right now. So, please, you got a question for us? Hello? 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 The phone went out. Phone went out. Yeah, man, I don't believe this. The phone went out. Minister Ben? Hello? Well, this Minister Ben here possibly called back. Well, what was you saying, though? See, you say the train strike, the train. Minister Ben usually comes and calls with good questions. But you know what? You say the train strike, you know what? That strike was a burden. Okay? I think that the four unions were forced to go back to one to hold out, according to what I saw.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I just know that there's trouble coming down the pipeline in more places than one, and the human element is bucking the system just like everybody else is. So,
I mean, you know what, man? But I think that the union and the train workers that did go on strike, I think they had a legitimate reason. They say it wasn't about the money. They only get 3 or 4 days off, 6 days, 6 days.
It's more than the money. It's the money needs to be increased, like everybody else is getting increases in their pay to keep up with the inflation, and that just keeps you level. But besides that, they want their sick time. They want a couple more days. They want time off for their families, and they're realizing that the train is a very important, necessary type of service.
Yeah, I'm doing the show. Right? Hold on for a second. I'm doing the show. Go ahead. Go on ahead. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's a very necessary type of service in this country. It's a necessity. Just like gasoline is for your car, electricity is for your house. Without those two items, you're up a creek without a paddle.
Mm-hmm. Somebody's got a question. They got a question, and you know what? I don't know what happened. And I'm going to put him on. But Minister Ben, Assalamu alaikum, brother. How you doing, brother? We on air, Minister Ben.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. I didn't even know you was on that. You almost like James Brown, the hardest working man in the podcast.
Hey, me and my partner, David Casa, partners in crime, brother.
Oh, you and David Cox, boy, you guys are Stig and Steves. I need to stop saying Stig and Steves, because that's the American way.
Yeah.
How you doing, David Cox? How you doing today?
Excellent.
Good. I'm glad you guys are here talking. I don't even know the subject matter, but I know you guys are talking about things that are being very productive, getting out information to the masses. That's a great thing. That's a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think David and Brother Cliff, when you have shows and you have people giving out information, and then sometimes the information is contrast.
Yeah.
You will have some people that will champion this person, and you have other people that will champion that person.
Yes.
And when they do that, you have point counterpoint.
Mm-hmm.
That actually comes and creates solutions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's point of views that maybe one person don't see, and another person is bringing another light to that side.
Yeah.
And that helps solve problems. I think one of the biggest things that reason why we have a lot of problems in this society is nobody communicates.
Well,
Right.
I would agree. You know something? The coat. Go ahead, Dave.
No, you go ahead, Clifton.
Go ahead.
Well, another problem we all got is we're praying to our separate gods, and it's almost crazy like it was in the olden days. There was hundreds of gods around, and you just chose which ones you wanted to pray to. So that's part of the problem too. We do have a creator, and he has brought us all to this country, or has born into this country to live and breathe and look at each other and go, wow, this is an amazing thing that we got going in this country as compared to the second and third world countries. So we just got to realize what's really going on here and what we really got to be thankful for as a nation, as a people, and come together. Come together. I don't like all this separation at the moment.
Well, Minister Ben, plug your show. Where's your YouTube website? Plug your show, for. Go ahead, brother.
You just go on YouTube and put in Mr. Ben Willis podcast, and you'll see my podcast. And I speak about all types of things, all types of subject matters, social economics, music, sports, domestic violence, relationships, the differences in religion. I speak about a lot of things, and my show is uncut, unapologetic, straight with no chaser. I want to bring it like that all the time. I speak truth to power. I've made some people mad, but that's okay, because I don't fear nothing but God's punishment. So that's all. I'm not going to lie on nobody.
Yeah.
Right.
It's going to be the truth. And, so I'm going to try, all I want to do is try to make a difference. That's all. I'm just trying to make a difference. And any advice I got, I try to give. So go on YouTube and go to Minister Ben Willis podcast, and you'll see all my stuff. See everything I got up there.
And he's got a great show. Great show. And great show. He did an interview with a lady that was abused. And you know what? I encourage people to go and look at that interview. You know what? I've always said that's the best interview you ever did. It was.
Humbly, I accept that. I accept that coming from you. And also, I'm going to tell you another show. Another show that was very interesting, that I think was a very compelling show that you should look at. One of my shows I've done, I actually interviewed the interviewer.
No, they don't want to see that. No.
I had Brother Clifton Bradley on my show, and I interviewed him.
Hey, that sounds good.
Man.
That was a great show. You can actually see Brother Cliff on the other side.
That show got me in a lot of trouble. Y'all sure y'all want to see that? That show got me in a lot. Damn.
David. It was on the show, David, right? So I told him, I said, on my show, I don't want to really get back. And this was good say, I don't expect anything from you. I said, well, we're going to the subject. I said, you sure you're okay with it? He said, well, after the show, confronted, and he had to do a whole lot of, he had to submit a little bit,
Oh yeah.
It was all was all good because what you was talking about, you had other people that could be in that position. You know? so now, David, the interviewer asks all these questions. You know what it is to be on the hot seat.
Yeah.
It was a great show, though, man.
I mean, yeah. It was a really big show, like Ed Sullivan. He asked me some things. Well, yeah, you know what? Go to Minister Ben's website so y'all can see the show, so you can see it. I really don't want a lot of people to see it. but it helped a whole lot of people, you know. So I'm blessed that my marriage is stable, is secure, and I'm blessed today.
And what you say it made it stronger?
I'm not gonna say that because the only reason I'm not gonna say that because everything that I discussed with her, she already knew already.
She already knew.
She knew.
But the thing is, she didn't expect for the world to know.
Yes.
Hey,
David.
Yeah.
You know, when you share something with your significant other, when y'all have a long time, and you're discussing it, that's one thing. But it's different when the world hears y'all discussion.
Yeah.
And you get a different reaction. And so if you go to Minister Ben Willis Blast Off Podcast and go to episode 17, you'll see yours truly, Brother Clifton Bradley, on there. And it was an epic show. You'll actually see him in another element.
Yeah.
And he was honest and he was upfront. You know, he was good. I think you know what, Brother Cliff, people see you for so many years interviewing people.
Yeah.
Setting up your shows and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It is good to see that a person that they see on one side, they see the human side of them.
Yeah, they saw the real side on that one. They saw the real side of me. Ain't no question about that.
Yeah, it was a great show, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's no problem. But you and Dave, you know what thing is? David was talking about Kennedy, President Kennedy, and why he was assassinated. I believe that President Kennedy was assassinated by our own government. You know, I don't believe that Lee Harvey Oswald did that by himself. I believe that he was assassinated because he was talking of abolishing the Federal Reserve. He was talking of that, and plus his father was a bootlegger. Okay, and the mob helped to get him in office, and once he got in, Kennedy got a sense of himself. The way he started thinking about the moon situation, getting there before the Russians, the Cuban crisis, and the thing is, he did not follow orders. That's my personal opinion. You know, when you shake the powers to be.
That's you're correct. I mean. You know, I've heard other people speak and say that, you know, where they did place Lee Harvey Oswald as the trigger man.
Well, David would know that. David would know that. What'd you say, David?
Well, they knew that Kennedy got hit from three different directions, in the throat and the side of the head. Lee Harvey Oswald was behind him anyway. Whether Lee Harvey Oswald fired or not, it doesn't matter. He got hit in the side of the head from the grassy knoll, so somebody shot him from up there, right?
Right.
So we know he got assassinated, but the why he got assassinated, that's what I think I cracked the nut. And I think it was because he was going to reveal the voters. It was because the Gray Greens at the deep underground military base near Dulce, New Mexico. And his brother got it for the same reason.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, let me tell people out there that are listening, you know what? I believe that there are aliens on other planets. I believe that. You know,
Yeah.
it may be because, like I said earlier, you know what I said earlier. There are too many planets outside of the solar system for it not to be. It may not be life as we know it, and there are a lot of classified information that is becoming unclassified and revealing this. I don't know why our government does not want to let us know. I don't know.
Well, Clifton, there's just been recent photographs from Mars of buildings up there, old buildings, ruined buildings, but they're structures on Mars. The rover is sending back pictures to us right now, this last week, of buildings on Mars.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? I believe. You know what? Like I say, I believe in it. I believe it, and that's just something that I believe. You know.
Well, does it make sense that there are there's things that we know and there's things that we don't know about this creation? You know, when we talk about creation, we're talking about all the other worlds and everything else. There's a lot, you know, that we don't know. You know that even iron, the metal iron, it comes from space.
I didn't know that.
Iron it comes from space, according to the Holy Quran.
Okay.
According to the Holy Quran, it comes from space. It comes and drops down from space. I will get the scripture of it, and we'll speak on it. I'll give the scripture. I don't want to misquote it or anything like that.
Yeah.
Where it says, God says, I sit down this metal, and it will hit the ground. And we gotta know, where does iron come from? It don't come from under the ground.
Yeah.
It don't come from there.
I'm gonna look that up right now.
It's in the Holy Quran. You know, when God says He descends iron from the sky. So you know, when people say, "Well, that sounds far fetched," when y'all just like what you have to say, when you see there's buildings and ruins on Mars, and that you believe in aliens. Well, some people might look at that as far fetched and say, "Well, you know, wow." I don't think so. I think these guys are just, you know,
well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put it in the chat room. It says nearly all of Earth's iron comes from ore deposits in rocks formed 1.8 million years ago.
Where do those rocks come from?
Come from space.
Well, okay. So here we go now.
Yeah.
Now watch this. You might be able to test it, and David, you can also, look at and research it. You know, there's Prophet Muhammad. You know, Prophet Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam. There was a huge rock. There was a black rock. It was a meteor that hit that rock. And during the time when they were building, they said, we're going to put this by the Kaaba, that first house of prayer, because it was, it needed a foundation, the corner foundation. And so they said, let's move this rock over to the foundation of the Kaaba so we can use it there. And so, of course, everybody wanted to get it over there, and everyone wanted to, everybody wanted the chance to take that move the rock over there. They want to be credited with moving the rock over there. And Prophet Muhammad saw that they were getting ready to fight, so he said, put a blanket down. Let's roll it on this big, huge blanket or piece of canvas. And we all grab it and bring it over there.
Okay.
And that rock is still there right now at the Kaaba in Mecca. It's called the black stone.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That is the meteor from that time and hit the ground. It's still there right now.
Wow.
And when you see the Muslims go and encircle the Kaaba, they kiss the black stone.
Mm-hmm.
And then the black stone in Arabic is called Rukin. It's the Rukin stone.
Oh, okay.
And that's the mirror that came from that. And that's where that is.
Mm.
But I find it ayah where it says that, the verse where it says that, the Quran about that.
Mm.
Also, what you guys are saying, you're saying that there's spotted ruined houses in Mars,
Mm-hmm.
and you said there's aliens. Well, let's go a little deeper than that. That has said that there is life at the bottom of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Because their sonars went down there and has recorded life down there. They just don't have machines and equipment that can go down there.
Mm-hmm.
Because the water pressure is so heavy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So who does that?
Yeah, that's
There's
true.
life down there, and what kind of animal or whatever is down there? Also, and here's something even deeper than that.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a glass of salt water
Mm-hmm.
and another glass of clear water, and you take that salt water and pour in that glass of clear water, what is it going to do? It's just going to make that clear water salty, right?
Yeah.
Well, you got fresh water and salt water
Mm-hmm.
together, but they don't blend together.
No, they don't blend together. That's
And
just.
you got freshwater fish and saltwater fish, and they don't swim into each other.
No, it's a debate. It's actually. I saw it, man. You know, when I was in the Navy, it's a dividing line.
And what is it? What is it, man? Don't make that.
No.
How can you figure that? So the things that what you guys are saying, no one can dispute that because they can't even figure out why that is.
Yeah, that's true.
So you know, this is a
Mm-hmm.
those intelligent,
Mhm.
observations and have people to think and ponder.
Yeah.
You know exactly what's going on.
Mhm.
That's those are deep,
Mm-hmm.
deep subject matters, man. What you guys are talking about, you know.
We trying, man. We trying, as you say, we trying to just build the numbers up. I mean, hey, you see, I'm going to do a show on Star Trek. Oh, I got to make an announcement. You know what, David? Me and David will be doing a live show in Chicago on the 20th. On the 20th of January, 2023. Okay, it will be on Can TV, but me and David, you get the opportunity to see me and David on YouTube 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. I'm gonna say we're gonna say inshallah, if that's the will of Allah. You know, I should say it like that. You know, and
Yes.
David, I'm looking forward to you being, that's my co-host. You gonna be there?
I'm on the West Coast.
Okay. So you know what? So the thing is, I think me and David, we have an individual on that believes in the New World Order system that will be coming on. Underground Railroad comes on Saturday nights at 10:30 on Channel 19 at 10:30. But we come on YouTube. Me and David come on YouTube 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Okay. So, and we have a politician coming on, and we have an actor. We will have an actor that is coming on. An actor, and his name eludes me. And the last show I probably will have Dr. Lee Warren. Me, you, and our friend Dr. Lee Warren. David. Who knows? I might try to get Red Ross back.
Well, Clifton, you and Ben Willis have a great night.
Oh, you
And
gone?
Well, I got to get going. I got things I got to take care of here tonight before the sun
Okay.
goes down.
But you know what? David? Before you go, please tell the people where your YouTube page is and when you will be coming on the radio Monday. Please.
My YouTube page is www.youtube.com/C as in Charlie /David L. Kaas, Kaas. That goes to my YouTube page. But tune in Monday night, January 2nd, 9 to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to thelastfrequency.com.
Okay.
I'll be the guest of Michael Veras, and I'll be making my independent presidential announcement.
Okay.
So tune in and turn on Monday night.
Who knows? He might make his announcement on Underground Railroad on the 20th. Who knows?
Oh, you're going to be hearing a lot about that, Clifton.
But that's going to have to be brief because we're going to be interviewing somebody, talking about the New World Order system. And it's going to be brief because, it's all about the guests. It's all about the guests. But when he make his introduction, go ahead and do it. So, David, go to his YouTube and go to Minister Ben Willis's YouTube website. Give your information again, Minister Ben.
Okay, go to Minister Ben Willis Blast Off Podcast on YouTube, and you'll see everything that I got going on there.
Okay. Now I got so David is going. So I got to tell y'all to go to the Underground Railroad TV show website.
Right.
And you know what? You like it, give us a thumbs up. If you don't like what we are doing, see, me and David are big. We can take constructive criticism. See, the constructive criticism that you give us, it helps us to grow. And actually, that helps better than a pat on the back. Sometimes, And if you can, make a donation. Make a donation, and if you cannot make a donation, most of all, keep me and David and Minister Ben, keep us in your prayers, because actually that's all the donations I really need, because I'm really rich already anyway. You got any finishing words, David, you want to give the people? Come on.
No, Clifton, just have a wonderful night, and Mr. Willis, you do the same, and stay warm in Chicago.
Yeah, you got any message for when I talk to Dr. Lee Warren?
No, get on board.
That's his buddy, Dr. Lee Warren, man. Ben.
All right, you guys. I'll see you later, Clifton.
Okay, take care, my brother.
Thank you.
All right. And you know what? Yeah, that's his buddy, Dr. Lee Warren. Dr. Lee Warren. But you know something? Dr. Lee Warren's wife is just as smart as he is. But you know what? And she never makes she makes it known, but she always lets him lead. And you know what? I admire him and his wife. I admire him. I do, man. And I'm gonna inshallah, if it's the will of Allah, I'm gonna get him on to talk about some global issues that are going on, global and international news. And he's Dr. Lee Warren. He's a smart man. He does a show. For people who don't know who Dr. Lee Warren is, I want y'all to go to his YouTube website. It's Clem Power Laden Man. And even Mark Sims, my buddy, Mark Sims.
Yeah.
Mark Sims, I'm gonna give Mark Sims a plug. He ain't gonna give me no plug, but I'm gonna give him a plug. But see, I know, Minister Ben, I know I get whatever Allah wants me to get, and whatever Allah doesn't want me to get, that's okay. So you know what? Go to Mark Sims. Go to his podcast. Look up Mark Sims in the search engine. He wouldn't dare do that for me though, but it's okay. Go to the Troop Spinners. Go ahead. You know what? They like me need more people to follow. These are shows that you need. The Troop Spinners. Go to troopspinners.com. Because you see, not selfish. I know that whatever Allah has for me, I get, and whatever Allah doesn't want me to have, I can't obtain it anyway. So to the people that's listening, if there's one person that listens, I know there's more out there that's listening, because I'm looking at the different websites. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because you know what? And
So you got people in the chat that's watching.
no, it's other websites.
Oh,
I got other websites, and I see. But the thing is, but I always say, if there's one person that's listening, praise be to Allah. And if the other person got 1 million followers, praise be to Allah. They have what Allah wants them to have. I have what I have with my works, and I'm working to make better shows. This show is not perfect. It's not what it should be, but you know what? You know what? But nobody knows what my goal was. My goal might have been only to get one. You don't know that because I didn't share that with you.
So that one person that's doing it right now, they can't respond or anything, can they?
They don't want to respond. They don't want to respond.
I said, can they leave something in the
Yeah. If they want to, yeah, they want to.
That person that's watching, I want to ask them a question. Is that way I can ask them a question?
Yeah. That's if they respond.
I would like you to know what's more important, love or money? What's more important, love or money? Which one is important? You know, I mean, every human being needs love, and every human being needs money.
Yeah.
I mean, is that a fair enough question to ask somebody?
That's fair enough. That's a fair enough question to ask somebody. Say, love is a very splendid thing. There used to be a song called "Love." I think I was saying. I don't know, but
money's a splendid thing too.
Yeah. So, love, the love book. Just wondering. Because the New Year's Eve is tomorrow. Yeah.
In Chicago, all the hotels got their parties set up. They're going to do the countdown on State Street. It's going to be nice weather.
You say, Assalamu alaikum, brother Tyrone. Say, give you Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum salam, brother.
Walaikum salam, brother Tyrone.
You know something, he's always very supportive, just like you.
That brother is, brother Tyrone is, I can't even give him enough accolades of him being a brother that speaks it, and his actions and deeds back up what he's saying.
I know, yeah.
And to me, that's it. First off and foremost, that is a real man, and that's a stand-up black man, and that's a good human being. And that young people should practice, all people should practice those their principles and back them up.
You know what? And the people that talk behind your back and do all type of things, you know what? Allah would deal with you. You know what's funny? Some people will want you to support their thing. I'm talking indirectly. I ain't gonna say what I'm talking about. Some people want you to support them indirectly, to support you. But you know what? They don't want to support you. And so it's okay. I'm talking about somebody, but I'm not gonna get off into who I'm talking about. I'm talking about many people. So you know what I learned? It's either you're bringing their narrative to a reality, and you bringing your narrative to a reality.
No, that's true. I mean, those types of things are true when you do that, because what happens is, my personal experiences, I find women more stand up.
Yeah.
Than the males.
Yeah.
I find the males to be more catty, more weak. I find them to be moist. And so doing like that, it's a lot of talk and no actions. There's no substance, and there's nothing being done to complete it. Whereas the woman seeks out something, pull out the task, and then finishes and completes the task at hand,
Mm-hmm.
and move on to another new challenges and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so I have so much respect for women because, you know, they do a lot.
Well,
You know, they do a lot.
well, you know what? But I'm speaking to some people out there, and I'm not gonna call no names. They know who I'm talking to. They want you to do their will. They'll give you an example. You support their platform, okay? They're waiting. Give us a donation. Give us a donation. But the thing is, when they come to your platform, they don't give you a damn dime. But I ain't saying no names, because that apply to a whole lot of people out there. The you know, and it taught me something. You know what I'm saying? It taught me something, and very, very interesting. There are a lot of people out there that cloak themselves, and you believe that they're good, but then you know what? The only thing that they really, really want to do is use you and exploit you for the little or a lot that you do have. And after they do, they don't want to be bothered. It would be as though you made no contribution. So me, I'm quite natural. I had no problem in sharing whatever little that I have, because everything that I have that's good comes from Allah, and the bad things come from myself. And nobody, no naysayer out there, that's listening. I'm gonna make this known in a respectful manner. You have no power to withhold whatever Allah, or God, or you say Jesus has for me. Peace and blessing be upon you. Don't have the power. You know, and I'm learning the power, because I ain't no expert. But I'm gonna say thank you to all those people for showing me who you really was. And there's people in the shadows that hide, and I'll find out who you really are, because what's in darkness comes to light. So
yeah, I you know, you couldn't say it no better than that. You know? You couldn't say it no better than that. And you know, but yet, I mean, you know, when you were talking about space and things of that nature, you know, it speaks about that in the Holy Quran.
Yeah.
It speaks about a lot of things on Earth and space, and some of the things that our scientists are finding out today.
Yeah.
When this was revealed over 1,400 years ago, and it states this in Quran, and scientists is backing it up.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I understand. That remind me now to the Muslims out there. You know what? In the United States, in Chicago, it is Maghrib. Maghrib is the fourth salat. Fourth salat. And you know what? And it is time for me. I was doing something constructive, but you know what? But can't put this before salat. And I'm going to sign off and to all the people in the United States, Canada, Asia, Europe, Africa, wherever you are, share this broadcast. And you know, for historians, look back in history, and you can look at it for historical reasons, because this will be outdated. Everything that goes on the internet is outdated the second it goes on the internet. So look at it for historical reasons of what we went through in the times of 2022, and we get ready to go to 2020. My great grandson might look at this. Hey. So you know what? So Minister Ben, you got any finishing words? Well, that was my word to all the detractors, all the people that said that I couldn't do it, wasn't smart enough. Thank you. Because you know what? You encouraged me to go further than what I could have ever went. And for the teachers and instructors out there at Kennedy King College, thank you. But hell, y'all put a lot of homework on me though. But
No, I agree with what you're saying. I mean, I agree exactly You
Mhm.
know, you know. Every human being gonna have detractors and naysayers. It's depends upon how do you let it affect you.
I agree.
You know, with me is whatever you saying about me, whether it be positive or negative,
Yeah.
I look at that as, that's your business.
Yeah.
It's not my
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
If you see anything negative behind my back, that's your business. I don't care. I mean, that's on you. What's important is when you look in the mirror.
Yeah.
How are you when you look in the mirror?
It's true. Michael Jackson, the man in the mirror. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Jackson, man in the mirror. You know,
Mm-hmm.
makes a change.
Yeah.
You look in there and you say, so when I look in the mirror, I like that dude in the mirror. I like him. So when someone else says something negative, you just look over like,
I love it because
yeah. But you can use them for motivation.
because you know what?
You know?
They don't have a heaven or hell to put me in. So and I'm not, and I'm learning. You know what I'm learning? I'm learning to say no, because you do not say no. People will exploit you. They will use you. They will use you to their advantages. Though you're a pawn on the chessboard. You know, Whitney Houston said, "I'm learning to love myself."
And that's very important.
Mm-hmm. And that's the greatest love of all. But that's what. But Minister Ben, do you have any finishing words? Because after this, I'm gonna sign off and go make my sriracha. You got any finishing words?
My finishing words is this: if you are a believer and you believe in prayer, take time to be thankful.
Yeah.
And say a prayer to your higher power or whoever name you call your higher power.
Mm-hmm.
Be thankful for that because we're all here and it's a gift.
Yeah.
It's a gift for us right now. We've all had people who have left this earth.
Yeah.
So we're still here.
Yeah.
To enjoy this earth.
Yeah.
So this is, take time out to be thankful and everything. Brother Clifton, it was good. Thank you for having me on your show.
Absolutely. Y'all don't know. Me and him talk every 2 days. You know what, brother Tyrone said? Gratitude to both you brothers and much love. You too. You know what's funny though, man? When me and you talking to each other, it's like we carrying on. It's like it's natural.
It's natural. I came with this show. I didn't know what was being talked about or anything else, but I know I know what you guys are speaking on, and I can speak about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are talking about the natural beauty of this earth and what God has made and everything. That's very, very important.
Mm-hmm. But tell you know what? Before I sign off, tell us about your podcast, and tell us where your YouTube platform is and your Facebook platform, and then I'm gonna say one more thing. We're gonna go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, well, you can go to Minister Ben Willis Blast Off Podcast. That's Minister Ben Willis Blast Off Podcast on YouTube. And you'll see all the things that I've done, and I'm continuing to do them. I'll be doing another show in January next month, 2023. Subscribe to the channel, like and share, leave comments and so.
Yeah.
And that's all I have. That's all I have. And thank you.
Oh, come on.
Cliff, for having me on your show.
Oh, come on, man.
Yes, sir.
Y'all don't know. Me and him talk. We talk. And you know what? Tell you about Minister Ben. He's a strong-minded person. He's an alpha male. He's used to taking charge. And he's respectful, and he is intelligent. And you know what? I encourage people to with my little people that are following would be big than me, okay? But follow his platform. Follow, because you know what? He's working in the community to make the community in the world a better place. Damn it, he ain't some Johnny come lately that's been sitting on the sideline complaining and not doing anything about it. So I would like to give him his flowers while he's here. Thank you, brother.
Oh, I appreciate that, brother. I really appreciate
And,
that.
and like I said, the interview on his podcast, I mean on his YouTube platform with that lady, awesome. Awesome. It's awesome. Because you know what? He really let her talk. He really, I like the way you handled it. You really, really let her talk. And you know what? That was
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. What was the name of that interview again?
It was awareness of domestic violence.
Yeah, you,
Yeah.
damn it, that's the best show you ever did. You let her tell a story. And it was, you know how interviewers interrupt. No, you let her really, really tell a story. And actually, I looked at this show 2 times.
She has a lot to say. She's been through a lot. She
Yeah.
has a lot to say. So,
Mhm.
I just try to, we try to do the work that we can
Mhm.
to please God and everything, and then, and just to help people.
Mhm.
We do this, we do this not for fun and games. It's the real deal. This is our lives and everybody else's lives.
Yeah.
So we have to make, do what we can to make a contribution. And I encourage everybody else to try to do whatever it is that you do, make a contribution.
Yeah. Well, brother, I got to I'm gonna sign off, and I got to get ready to make my slots. This is obligatory. What does obligatory mean? Obligatory means this is something, one of the pillars of Islam, that you have to do. That you have to make your 5 daily prayers. Not including the what's that called? The other salats that are sooner. But I'm saying is you have to. And Brother Tyrone, thank you. And Brother Tyrone, I had to talk to you. You know, me and Brother Tyrone did a show, and I enjoyed having him on the show. He knew more about Yamaki Yama. What is Yamaki Yama? The Day of Judgment for the Muslims than I knew. And you know what? But I did study.
Brother Tyrone is a very good, knowledgeable young man. He should be on the show. He was on my show before. A very good show.
Mhm.
And it was fantastic. I think he should be. I've been trying to push him to get his own show. I hope he listens to it. I've been pushing him to get his own show because I think he got a lot to bring to the table.
But you know what? One thing I know about Brother Tyrone, he gonna follow the commands of Allah. I know that. I believe I know that, and I believe everybody doesn't have the same what's a bua. Everybody doesn't have the same mission. It's like if Allah told me not to do this no more, so seconds I would go back out there on the corners talking to people in the community. You know what? I'm saying me, because you know what? I got a manifestation to do this, but if that manifestation ever comes to me and say, I want you to do this no more, I'll let this go. I really would.
Yes,
And I wouldn't understand, but it ain't for me to understand if I'm truly following the directions of my creator. So the creator is my creator is where I want to follow the lead. I don't want to do what Clifton Abdul Rahim want to do. I want to make an strong attempt to do what Allah wants me to do, even though I have disobeyed. That's why I live where I live. That's why I drive what I drive. That's why I'm in the circumstances that I was in. But like I said, I disobeyed. And I did like slime the family stone. It says it's your thing. Do what you want to do. I did my thing, but it really ain't my thing. It's Allah's thing. It's about following what Allah wants, not what I want. It's not what I want, And I have to bow down and seek refuge in Allah to get guidance and understanding. Because without that guidance, man, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, I'm crazy, I'm deaf, I'm blind, I'm ignorant, and I'm crazy. I admit that.
You know, I'm looking at that whatever we do in our journeys in life, we do this when we have our intentions, and we try to do good things, we try to do great things. So I aspire to do great things, and all we can do is try to do the right thing and walk on the right path, and try to be decent to people,
Yeah, absolutely.
Be decent to them, that's all I can say is just be decent to people, and say treat people like you want them to treat you, and life would be so simple if we did that.
Yeah. Well, to some of my contemporaries that have not treated me the way I want to be treated, it's okay. Because if you did do me harm and it was your intention, you didn't get away with nothing. Allah saw what you did, and you know what? If you use me or manipulate me, okay, it's okay because Allah saw what you do. Allah see what I do. I ain't done wrong. I ain't no walking prayer book, as they say. But I ain't got. I pray that Allah forgives me for that. But you're not gonna say everybody has done wrong. But for those users, the backstabbers, you say you love music. The backstabbers, it's okay. Because you know what? One day you gonna have your day. It's called karma. Karma.
Well, I agree with you saying and everything. If I ain't gonna be correct, if you come at me, I'm trying to tear your head off. I'm trying to snatch your heart out of your chest.
You like oof ma.
And in my contemporaries that are competing against me, I'm trying my best to destroy you at all costs.
Oh, I know.
I'm gonna go at you as hard as I can because it ain't personal. It's business.
Yeah.
We can shake hands and dap up afterwards. But if you got a show, and you on the same note I am, I'm trying to destroy you. You can look at my numbers. I'm looking at your numbers. You can be doggone sure I'm looking at your numbers. You can be damn sure I'm looking at your show because of not just on it's a more of a competitive thing. Not a thing of personalities or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't do it personal. You're a good person. You're a good person.
Yeah.
And I will respect you for being a good person.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna sure do this. I'm gonna try to get at you. So get your game up good because I'm trying to stomp you out. I'm gonna try to do that.
Yeah.
But, why you being so mean? We supposed to support each other. I do support you. I watch your show.
True spirit.
You don't watch it. You don't watch my show.
Yeah.
I'm trying to destroy you, but it's not personal.
Yeah.
It's never personal. That means if you destroy me, that means I got to say, hey, I gotta step my game up.
Well, you got a Michael Jordan and Deion Sanders. So personality check. Yeah.
The Black Mamba.
Yeah.
The Black Mamba state. So here's the thing, it's a competitive spirit. Whatever it might be that I do, it's never personal. Like I say, if me and my mother got into a foot race, I'm trying to destroy her. I'm trying to blow her doors off. At the finish line, I embrace my mother. But in the meantime, so I'm talking about my mother.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my mother. I'm trying to blow her doors off.
Yeah.
If we get into a foot race.
Yeah. Damn, man, we in church. This is to love the show.
Damn. It's time for prayer.
Okay. I'm gonna say this real quick. Y'all don't know me and him be talking all the time. So it's like we talking on the phone. We are talking on the phone. But it's so. But I'm gonna get on up here, and get up here and make myself. I don't want he should have come in and then I'm just
Yes, sir.
All right, so I want to say assalamu alaikum to everybody. Peace and blessings be upon you, and consider Islam is a religion, but you have the right to do whatever you want to do. Consider Islam. Embrace Islam. See, and It's a peaceful religion. It's not fanatics and people talking on. It's going to be bad groups in every religion, but that's not what Islam is truly based on. All right, my brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Salam. Okay. And also, like I said, thank you. Yeah. Watch the Underground Railroad if you live in Chicago every Saturday night at 10:30 on Comcast at 10:30 p.m. But we come on YouTube 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And again, thank you to all my instructors at Kennedy King College in Chicago on 63rd and Halsted in the media department. And all of the people on YouTube that taught about green screen, that taught about how to use the camera, how to use video. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, because YouTube is a great resource to get information, to get knowledge. But and then I'm going to work on my editing skills will be next. Well, I would possibly be working with Final Cut Pro. Okay, but I'm learning. Thank you. And use vidIQ. You know what? It can help you get 1,000 followers. Our tool, buddy. Can help you. I will have affiliate links in the description later on, and these affiliate links help the channel. It helps the channel once you take a plan, but use it for free to see if you like it. But go check it out. But it can help you get it over thousands of followers, but you got to put in the hard work. It's not magic. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. From the United States, Chicago, Illinois. And thank you to my co-hosts, Brother David Cossum out of California, and Minister Ben, the podcast, YouTube. Check out his website and David Costa's website and Tyrone Perry. I got to have him on the show. I got to. Okay, assalamu alaikum to everybody. If you like this, share this. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Salam.